What up, beautiful people? So I'm gonna be talking about why a relationship should never be your backup plan. Like, a relationship should not be your end all be all. You just never know what's gonna happen, especially the days that we're living in now. The way how this generation is so set up, you are more likely to be disappointed. And I'm not trying to wish bad, I'm not trying to be negative, because I know we are all well deserving of love, but you just have to be careful. You also have to be mindful. Who are you choosing to start a family with? Who are you choosing to marry? Because a lot of deceitful things are happening behind the scenes, and this is why we are always the ones being heartbroken or disappointed, or we are again in a toxic, failed relationship. So the number one reason why your relationship should never be your backup plan is because, one, you start to become very codependent on your significant others. I see this happening a lot, especially the people that I would surround myself with. They were very codependent on their significant other, where they start to lose their identity. They start to lose themselves in the process of being in the relationship, because when you're so codependent on someone, it's like you're only focusing on the relationship. So you become relationship focused, and you start to lose sight of being goal oriented. You start to depend, and you start to putting all your work and all your energy, and you start investing in trying to make a relationship work, or you're all about the relationship, whether you're a wife or a husband or a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Whoever you are, you're just so consumed and making your relationship your priority. But then you forget about who you are. You forget about your goals, your visions, your dreams. It's like that all your goals be put on hold or delayed. And then you start to fill from an empty cup, because your happiness is solely provided by your relationship. Your happiness is dependent on the relationship. You don't know how to be happy or fulfilled or have joy within yourself. It's never really good to depend on your relationship, even if you are married, even if you want to be with this person forever. Like, don't lose sight on who you are. Don't forget who you was before you got into this relationship. Make sure that you're a priority. Make sure that your kids are a priority, but make sure you're happy first, you're fulfilled, you're whole, before you just pour all your energy. You're running from an empty cup because maybe your significant other is not pouring that energy back onto you. And now you're just so depending on them. You're relying on them. You're waiting on them to do everything for you. What happens is that when you just start to rely on your significant other, where the relationship becomes very unbalanced, and one partner is going to start to feel so much pressure and feel like the weight is on their shoulders. Another partner is going to start to feel very unhappy, very dissatisfied, because they don't know how to proceed or move further with life. Their whole life is about this relationship, and they forgot about themselves. They forgot their identity. You never want to put all your eggs in one basket and just rely on your partner to make you happy or to feel whole or complete in life. Always remember who you are, and always remember who you were before you enter the relationship. Don't lose sight or don't lose track of your goals or your visions, because you are very important too. So number two, another reason why relationships should never be your backup plan is because, honestly, the tables can turn. What y'all see on social media, from what y'all seeing in the world, a lot of divorces is becoming so normalized. I don't even think people are getting married because they genuinely want to be married. Some people want to get married because of convenience or finances, or they just want to be married just to be married, but they don't want to do the work to stay committed, to make the marriage work. They don't want to put effort into their relationship. And this is why so many divorces or so many relationships is falling apart, because one minute your partner could love you, and then the next minute, they could be cheating on you, or they could be falling in love with someone else. I'm hypothetically speaking, but in reality, it's just nothing is guaranteed in life. No relationship, no marriage is guaranteed. Even if you have kids, ladies, a baby is not going to save your relationship. A baby is not going to save your marriage. And a baby is not going to tie a man down. So men and women, if you're listening to this, a relationship or a marriage should never be your backup plan, because tables can turn. And I say this because, God forbid, they are the ones who are cheating, or they are the ones who's being deceitful behind your back. Women are more likely to stay in these types of relationships situationships or marriages because they can't afford to start all over. Sometimes they don't have support from their family or other friends to help them along the way. What I see is that some women, they are more likely to stay in a relationship, especially when there is betrayal, lies going on behind the scenes. They forgot how to be independent. They forgot who they was. They lost their identity. When some women are just constantly being taken care of, or they're living in a household where the man is being the main provider, they just forget how to take care of themselves. They lose their individuality. They forgot their identity. Don't ever rely on any man to be your backup plan. And for men, don't allow any woman to be your backup plan as well. Have your finances, have your own dreams, have your own goals. Don't lose sight of who you are, because a lot of people, when they get cheated on or something bad happens behind the scenes, they are more likely to stay because they cannot support themselves. And you never want that for you. God forbid, if something does not work out, you don't want to be on rock bottom, or you don't want to just stay because you can't afford to leave. And number 3, why a relationship should never be your backup plan is because, ladies and gentlemen, having your own finances is a peace of mind. Your financial independence is a symbol of your success. With or without a relationship, you have the ability to support yourself. You have the ability to build wealth, to build stability, to provide financial freedom to you, to your family. It's yours. And I'm not saying you can't get married. I'm not saying you shouldn't settle down with someone. But what I'm trying to say is, don't put all your eggs into one basket. I don't want y'all to always assume that a relationship is always going to be your saving grace. Nothing is guaranteed in life. Nothing. And I just want to make sure that you guys are being protected, you guys are being secured, and you guys don't regret or don't have resentment towards your partner because you didn't build a life of your own. You don't have money saved for you, for your kids, for any emergencies. You want to make sure that you can support yourself, you can take care of yourself. And it feels very empowering and liberating to have your own finances, to know that no matter what happens, with or without the relationship, that you're going to be okay. You know, you're not going to be jobless. You're not going to be homeless. You're not going to be starting from scratch. You already build yourself up to be a certain type of person in your life where if anything goes left, you're going to be fine. Having your own money builds up your own confidence. You never want to rely on a relationship to save you. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with having your own money. There's nothing wrong with you having your own finances. You know, relationships is a beautiful thing. Being in love is beautiful. Having a marriage, I'm pretty sure it's beautiful, but it feels even more liberating and it feels even more amazing when you can provide for yourself and you can provide for your significant other. And it's a 2 powerhouse household. Now, for the woman that wants to be stay-at-home moms and for the men that wants to be stay-at-home dads, there's nothing wrong with that. But just make sure that your goals and your visions are not being put on holds. If you want to be a stay-at-home parent, you can still have income. You can still work. You can still do whatever it is that you want to do. As long as your whole life is just not dedicated to your partner and you're saving room for you, then you should be fine. It's always good to protect yourself and your peace of mind. So that is it. And if you like more content like this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back for more videos.